Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Remember, we are the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. So, viewers, with the increase of everything in Trinidad and Tobago, Real Talk is proud tonight to tell you that we are offering you 4% on fixed deposits. Nowhere in Trinidad and Tobago are you going to get 4% on a fixed deposit. And I know, in the coming months, everyone will need extra cash in their pocket. So take advantage, viewers, of the opportunity that you are getting at Real Talk to get 4% on a fixed deposit. Remember, it's for a short time. Take advantage of it now. So, remember, my spiritual consultant. Those of you having a problem, you can contact me. Our numbers are on screen, viewers, in a short while from now. Contact our office, set up an appointment. You can even contact me, viewers, at 339-1670 or WhatsApp me at 267-7325. Like I said, we are the only financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is offering you 4% on fixed deposit. And very soon, viewers, Real Talk will have its Real Talk Investment and Finance Company in Guyana, not long from now. That's right, not long from now. We are already setting up shop in Guyana. So like I said, if there are individuals or businessmen in Trinidad and Tobago, you want to set up a company in Guyana, it's not a problem. I can carry you through the process. I went through it. I registered Real Talk Equipment Rental. We have Real Talk Finance and Investment. We're doing business in Guyana. We're going where the money is. We're going where the oil is. Nevertheless. So, as we start our program tonight, Attorney General Regional Armo SC has written to opposition leader Kamla Prasad Bisesa to arrange talks between the government and opposition about crime. In a signed letter today, Friday, Armo referred to an October 12 letter which the Prime Minister wrote to Prasad Bisesa about scheduling a crime talk immediately after the budget debate in Parliament. In that letter, Dr. Rowley proposed a 5-member government team led by Armo to meet with 4 members of the opposition team to discuss several pieces of anti-crime legislation for passage in Parliament. Rowley said, the government, the opposition teams will have the ability by majority vote to co-opt the input of citizens by way of memorandum and or consultation. Armo told Prasad Bisesa he was writing in his capacity as chairman of the government team. Armo invited Prasad Bisesa to indicate the member of opposition team. He said he hopes Prasad Bisesa would reply to his letter on or before November 9th. Prasad Bisesa has cited Rowley for not leading the government team at the proposed talks. So it's a bacchanal right here now. But all in all, both present administration and opposition need to come together, because I will tell you something. Crime have already reached an escalating level in Trinidad and Tobago. And the citizens of our country are totally fed up with the way government and opposition and the security teams in Trinidad and Tobago are handling it. People are going to take matters into their own hands. Now, hear this. Many senior officers are telling licensed firearm holders, be careful how you execute your firearm, because you could be charged. You could be charged, but there's going to come a time. There is going to come a time where businessmen in Trinidad, they are going to say, it's either I kill you or you kill me. Because, to be honest with you, we in Trinidad, we are already reaching to that level of, hey, if you come in my fence, I will kill you. Because our family is important to us. Now the bandits in Trinidad and Tobago have become modernized in what they are doing. They are not afraid anymore. So don't expect now homeowners to be bullied by bandits jumping their fence and coming into their property. I have always said on television, let me tell you something, I am not inciting violence, you know, but you jump my fence, so help my God, your mother and father will come and see you right there in my property, you know. And I go ask the mother and father or the grandmother if this was a good boy, you know. I'm telling you. Because I just feel it, you know. Almost 3 years back, I tried to kidnap my son, you know. So I know what it's like. I know what it's like being a victim. I don't play. I don't play. I just tell bandits, all I drop my fence, boy, you making joke, all the family burying all here. Take white telling all of me, asking all that, telling all here. And I am telling you, Trinidad and Tobago, there's gonna come a time. There is gonna come a time where you will take matters into your own hands. Because I will tell you something, any bandit jump a fence in a policeman property, the policeman ain't gonna ask you who gave you permission, you know. No, they will wet it on you. You're gonna get wet. Blood is gonna shed. And you know what? The policeman is gonna get away. You know why? Because he's a member of the protective service of Trinidad and Tobago. License to kill. The police have license to kill. So what about the homeowners and them who have license to kill? You want to what? You want to charge them for murder. You want to charge them for accessory to murder. You want to charge them for attempted murder. While the policeman gets in away. You think that's right? So between the government and the administration, the opposition, I really, really hope all come up with some idea, you know. Because not too long gone by, people started to take matters into their own hands. They started to take matters into their own hands because they were fed up of it. They are fed up of it. Keep in mind, let me tell you something, high-ranking members of the present administration and even the law firms, they have bodyguard, you know. What does this normal citizen have? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So let's hope that they come to some agreement and put the politics aside. The donkey years in politics, put the politics aside. Study who favoring who and try and work for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Because I will tell you something, next 2 or 3 years, you would need the citizen to put whoever in power, whether it's UNC or PNM. So think about the people. Moving along, Police Commissioner Earla Haywood Christopher have stated that she has no choice but to send senior officer on leave because they are too close to burn out. Hey, this woman ain't play talk rubbish, you know. This woman ain't play talking rubbish, you know. One officer gone on 5-year vacation and he burnt out. He burnt out. 5 years vacation. Don't forget, a few months back, she called back all the officers and them who was on vacation. Don't forget that. But I am here to remind you that. You're asking for army officials to come out. Why? Because crime spiraling. Crime spiraling. Not too long ago, all officers who were on vacation came out who wanted to go for vacation. They had to cut their vacation. I had a lot of police friends got called out. They got called out. So Alexander alone, burn out. I have police friends who they can't get a vacation because let's say you cancel vacation, you're coming out. The army coming out. Boom, they had a security gone. In a statement, a cop said that TNT Police Service was in an untenable situation caused by officers working continuously over an extended period, which has led to some racking up vacation leave exceeding 2 or 3 years. Why you hush your mouth and go for a vacation yourself, girl? I started telling you that. As a businessman, telling the commissioner of police that, why you don't shut your mouth? And I'm telling you on national television. Because you know it's nonsense you're talking. You know it's crap you're talking. Let me tell you something. It have officers who kicking against the scenario. It have officers who went on vacation and had to come out back because Ola called them out, you know. Let me tell you something. It is take a man with power and authority to stand up on a television set and deal with them in a different way, you know. Deal with them in a different way, you know. Ola noticed herself not too long ago, about a month or 2 months back. She called back police officers from vacation. But you're defending one of them. Enough officers in TDPS right now, they're upset about it. They're vexed about it. What Ola doing? You think Ola business about? No, come out from your vacation and work. Man gets so burnt out, he gone 5 years vacation. He's so burnt out. And then them is one to say, they're working for the country, they're working for their damn self. She stated that leave was given to officers on a phased basis as the TDPS grappled with undesirable high incidence of crime while maintaining the adequate complement of its human resource on a sustained and protracted base. Ola, for real? For real, Ola? Alright, so Ola, let me tell you something. We have about 2,000 or 3,000 regiment officers sitting down in our camp. What do I do with them? Them is for what? When they have war in the country? So which war they are preparing for, Ola? Asking you a question. Which war they are preparing for? Tell me. So why can't you bring them out to work with TTPS officers and get a handle on crime? We are mouth gone. As I say, you're 60 years and your brain frying down, it's melting already. It's melting already. You don't give your service already. But because I Keith Rowley, I don't know, Keith Rowley probably like you, or you maybe some kind of family or something, or some extended family or something. Keith Rowley bring back a 60-year-old lady. Keith 74, you know, but he bring back a 64-year-old lady to what? She had no brain. The brain does serve its purpose already. At 68, turning senile. You're like careful to get senile, you know. Oh, side for you could say a thing like that. But I know I telling all you. I know what I telling all you. In 100 days, she couldn't come up with a plan. The 1 or 2 plans she come up with when she facing the Joint Select Committee, she couldn't even answer how the plan failed. Let's talk now. It's side all talking to. Boy, I feel it's joke. Let me tell you something. I ain't here to make no friend, you know. I ain't here to make no friend. Since they almost kidnapped my son, let me tell you something. I just think I'm better, you know. Because you know why? I was doing a lot of charity in Trinidad. A lot of charity in Trinidad. Because of the fact that I run a finance company, we were helping people. Money is not everything. We were helping people. And in helping out, all I try to come at my son? Serious? Nah. No. You see when they take call him about phone, son phone, the whole I laugh until boy you making joke in a couple hours time. People never see police like that. I here to remind all you. You feel like here for Jesso? Boy. So hear this now. Former Commissioner Gary Griffith is questioning why leave was granted to a senior officer after it was previously blocked on all the talking something now on August 23rd. Griffith, who served from 2018 to 2021, said whether this is going to affect the operation of the police service or not, that is the cops' call. and it will remain to be seen. He said he was curious that just 2 months ago, because of the crime surge, Haywood Christopher stated that no one is to go on leave. All I hear that? All I hear that? This is coming from a former commissioner of police, 2 months ago, and I now tell all that. I now tell all that. Now Gary Griffith now is questioning now the decision that Earl Christopher Haywood made 2 months ago. Let's talk now, man. I sure have officers who probably have more than 5 years vacation leave rack up. I'm telling you. Griffith question, what caused the shift where a few months later we are seeing very senior officers who hold very strategic positions going on leave for several months, if not years? All we have to say, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out on national television. What you have to say? A few months ago, you tell officers, nobody going on vacation leave. I have a partner who can CID, he couldn't get him leave. I have a partner, 2 partners who can task force. As they said, we can't even go home. Let's talk now. Gary, he also claimed that the 100 reserve Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force members meant to aid the TTPS will not be on the ground. Instead, he said, they will be stationed at army camps holding down the fort as regular soldiers join the TTPS and exercise. Meanwhile, Trinidad and Tobago Police Service Social and Welfare Association President ASP Gideon Dixon also stated that he does not believe officers will be demoralized by seniors being sent on vacation. It's a whole bacchanal thing, It's a whole bacchanal thing. But nevertheless, viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. But before we do that, we have a friend. We have a friend, Narissa. We have a parlor to go and take ping pong and chocolate milk and biscuit and corncoles and thing, Narissa, you feel this joke I'm making, You will be surprised when I end up in front of your house. Take what I'm telling you. You ain't gonna like it. You ain't gonna like it. Because that will be the day you get the most embarrassment in your life. Because that will be the day I come to empty your parlor and I empty your house. You know why? Because you sign a document and you owe me money. You owe me money, you hide in your car. But let me tell you why I could do Narissa. Every time you stock your parlor or refurbish your house, I will empty your house until you give me more money. Let me tell you something. Bailey don't make joke nowadays, We see thing hard now. We see thing hard now. Man, I believe moving with the rotten spring that you have on your mattress. I'm telling you. And you know what how people buying the rotten spring do for iron? Narissa, careful. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, careful. Boy, I come to empty your house, I come to empty your parlor out of belief, You could call which police people you wanted to do me nothing. Because when they realize you're inside, they have nothing to say but to dress back. So we're going for a commercial.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Report Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Report Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com. and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday. Real Talk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Real Talk Group of Companies building at number 14 Crony Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
Welcome back to Trinidad and Tobago. Remember, Real Talk is giving you 4% on fixed deposit. Remember that, viewers. You can be a member of Real Talk Credit Union information also. Open a savings account, open a shares account. Remember that, viewers, the highest interest rate that is being paid in Trinidad and Tobago presently is at Real Talk. Remember that. Remember that. Real Talk is also opening a finance investment company in Guyana. Remember, I already showed you registration. I showed you already purchased land. It's just to put up our building. And that's it. We in Guyana doing business. Doing business. So if you want to join with Real Talk to make money, I can show you how to make money. I'm an accountant also. Call a good night.
Good night, Saeed, and to all your listeners. This is the imitation vaccine we got. I want to talk about Fitzy. He had a press conference today, boy. The only thing I ain't seen him do is fall asleep in that press conference, He went to gloat how Trinidad and Tobago actually convicted a person on human trafficking. The person get, I think, about 15 years. Yep. You know what the laughable thing about it? The man disappeared.
Yes,
so they
yes.
convict a man, their hole. The other thing about the police, 2 weeks ago, a prisoner somewhere in the east went to the magistrate court and he get away. They put him down to sit down and he gets away.
Correct, correct.
On the newspaper, you hear which car the man went, what direction, if it was a red van, where you go. The police had never hold him yet. So I want to know, they're making prisoners get away. The other thing is they're convicting people in absentee. So I wanted to know what he's talking about. And the problem is the press people inside there ask him any sensible who is culpable for the person getting away, because that, to me, there is no conviction. Or you can convict somebody to disappear. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
The fellow didn't show up in the court, so I feel the magistrate get vexed. He insulted them, and he jammed him with a long sentence. But that doesn't tell me the police doing their work, no Fitzy. The man not there, so how you could talk? It's just like the email gate. You understand the email gate? You have no contents if you don't have an email gate. You don't have no prisoner if you get away. I'll go on. Have a nice
Thank you, my friend. So now, viewers, while business groups are happy that the 100 volunteer defense force members have been called out by the president for 123 days, they believe this move should have come sooner to help combat the upsurge in crime. The official proclamation from President Christine Kangaloo came into effect on Monday and runs until February 29th next year. That's 2024. Commenting on the move, Greater Tinapuna Chamber of Industry and Commerce President Ramon Guerrero said, "The President proclamation is a much-needed short-term measure to bring some level of comfort to the citizens and business across the country." He added that increased use and access to surveillance camera do not only detect crime in real time, but also provide the ability to effectively prosecute offenders. Call a good night.
Yes, good night. No, we can't say that we've been people already. Okay. Hello?
Mute your television set.
Yeah, no, mute. That's not
Go right ahead.
No, I already talked to the reading. What's the name?
We do apologize. We are getting our feedback on the background. Now, Confederation of Regional Business Chamber Chairman Vivek Charan also welcomed the voluntary leading support to the TTPS, but questioned why this was not done before. Caller, good night.
Saeed, good night, sir.
Go right ahead.
Good night, sir.
Good night, good night.
You decide to listen to you every night. You raise some good points. I like that I watch every night.
You watch me every night?
Yes, sir, I watch every night. My name is Redo. I have around the roof from Digo. I watch and it will make sense. And if I was you, I would like a ticket to go Guyana. I won't make money too. I love you.
I scratch my head too. So Trinidad and Tobago, I have a question for you. Do you think that enough is being done to combat or to tackle or to keep down the crime in Trinidad and Tobago from spiraling? 7:30, we have 30 minutes left on our program. I want to hear from you tonight. Christmas is coming up around the corner. Do you think that the protective service in Trinidad and Tobago is doing enough? Do you think that the security departments in Trinidad and Tobago is doing enough? Ask yourself that. National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines have stated that corrupt officers will be weeded out from the police service as he piloted a bill to allow heads of department in the protective service and the public service to require drug testing, polygraphic testing, and submission of biometric data from officers under suspension or undertaking sensitive role. He piloted the Miscellaneous Provision Testing and Identification Bill 2022 in the House of Representatives. Well, this is the best thing he could have done. Remember when Gary was trying to implement this? Now, Hines stated that one of the problems we have is there are too many criminals in the police service. He said we have to get rid of those because they put our lives in danger. Listen to this.
Because one of the problems that we have is that there are too many criminals in the police service. And I would like to add to that correct statement across the board in all of the services that I have proposed here for some amendments today. We have those. We have to get rid of them because they put our lives in danger. The ones that have integrity that you want and you keep. And the others, we have to find them and get them out.
That is the best thing he could have done. Polygraphic testing, data, drug testing. He said, it is these techniques that will allow the PSB, the Professional Standard of Bureau, and the PCA, the Police Complaint Authority, and the police to identify corrupt officers as identified by her and deal with them. Hines explained the need for the bail or the bill against criminal even, which contains safeguards to protecting the fundamental rights of the person to ensure. Trinidad and Tobago, I am actually shocked. I am actually shocked that Hines is making this move. When Gary was trying to implement it, the former commissioner of police, they didn't like it, you know. They didn't like it. But I am glad that this Minister of National Security now opened his eyes and is doing something. Fitzgerald Hines have stated that members of the protective service and some in the civilian service or the civil service will have to provide hair, your hair on your head, your urine, your blood sample, and your saliva, and cheek swab samples, and have their face and eyes scanned under the proposed bill for biometric data and drug and polygraph testing. Heinz serious? Heinz serious? Don't say Heinz. What? Like somebody TV white foul your mind, you know? Or you lost your command foul, which one? He added that the bill might assist the TTPS in prosecuting employees or employers where their conduct involves criminal offense, and the existence of the modern biometric data identification system will serve as a deterrent to employee misconduct as they stand the risk of being more easily identified. Listen to this.
Biometrics, not new to the world. When you enter the United States, you put your thumb in there or you look into that machine. It's about biometrics, and every one of us have subjected ourselves to that in very many occasions in our life in terms of the ease of doing our business and traveling hitherto and yon. Not new to the world. We want to introduce it for the protection of people of Trinidad and Tobago from today. Right? Which is why we are here. Biometrics allow for persons to be identified based on a set of recognizable and verifiable data which are unique and specific to them, such as fingerprints, vein patterns, eye patterns, facial signatures, and voice recognition. This may also assist the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service in prosecuting such employees where their conduct constitutes a criminal offense. Thus, the existence of a modern biometric identification system, as proposed in the bill, will serve as a deterrent to the employee misconduct as they stand the risk of being more easily identified. Therefore, biometric identification system is critical to promoting greater responsibility and accountability within the protective services and some arms of the public service. You would have seen videos, Madam Speaker, people cover their head and cover the nose and the mouth. All that is out there are their eyes. Hard to identify them in normal circumstances, but facial recognition will easily do that.
So, Mr. Heinz, congratulations. You're finally doing something that would help citizens of Tobago, will help the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to understand that your plan is to weed out the corrupted officers of Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Now, how long from now will this plan come into effect? And do we have the system in Trinidad and Tobago to deal with it? Now, I'm hearing you saying that the 9 Clause bill, which requires opposition support for passage in fringe section of the Constitution, including the right to private life. Now, everyone is entitled to a private life. But understand this. You are in the protective service. In the protective service, you are open to all sorts of opportunities. Illegal opportunities. Why am I saying this? You are a member of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Automatically, you have been given a rank. If you catch a criminal in an act, you can do two things. You can take money and let him go, as a bribe, as we call it, or you can lock him up and do your job honestly. Honestly. I am not saying that the officers will take bribe. Don't get me wrong. But because of the fact that you're a police, because of the fact that when you hold an individual, only you can say if you carry them to court or not, Only you can make that judgment and say, you know what? We're locking you up, If you get bail, you get bail. If you ain't get bail, you're going in prison. Only you have that power to do that at that point in time. Well, good night.
Mr. Saeed, great program.
Thank you, my friend.
I'm telling you, this Heinz man is the biggest comedian in this country. Little try not laugh at him. Because whatever comes out from this man's mouth is what goes into the toilet. That biometric and all of these polygraph tests and all of these kind of things he's talking about to implement in the service. You have to change the constitution like the Defense Act, the standing order, the police standing order,
correct,
all that kind of thing. Every constable will refuse that and laugh at him. So that cannot be done overnight. So a drowning man will hold on to a straw, and that is what you see in here with the quadruple murder it had last week, and the other 3 murders in Maracas. And so he tried to bring some comfort, let people know, hey, we over fighting crime. Nothing is going to happen because the international community is telling us that state officials and high office holder in this country is funded and supporting crime. Crime is the most lucrative business in this country. You have to start from the recruiting stage. Right? You legalize drugs. You legalize smoking of marijuana. You're going to change that now? Start from the recruit the best in the country, but it don't happen. It's discrimination from the recruiting stage in the police of the defense force and the public service at large, custom, immigration, everywhere. So we get it nowhere with that. He bring no comfort to the citizens of this country. Mr. Said, you keep up the great work. God bless you and your staff.
Thank you, my friend. Here is now. It had a video circulating on Facebook recently, social media platform, where a schoolboy was slapped up in a bathroom. Let's saw the video. If the parents, the father especially, is watching the show, feel free to call in 238-6716. I side, I'm telling you to call in the program and explain to the citizens what took place that caused your son to be slapped in the bathroom. I'm giving you the opportunity, sir. Call in the program, highlight the issues, because too much bullying is taking place in school and the ministry is not doing anything about it. The principal just letting it go. Principal just letting it go. Teacher. So the parents of that child, if you're looking at Real Talk, call in the program. Call in the program and explain to the citizens what took place. What took place? So, moving along, Baratari and Sanwa MP Saddam Hussein says that while the government wants parliamentarian permission to polygraph and drug test law enforcement officers and judicial officers, the legislation it presents to the House of Representatives is too vague. During his contribution in the House of Representatives, Hussein said, the Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines, repeated his contribution from 2022, as the government has a habit of starting debate on the bill and then carrying it over to the following season. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead.
This is the parent of the son who was slapped up.
What's the volume? Yes. Now, tell the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago what took place on the day your son was slapped in the bathroom of his school.
Okay, sir. So, I didn't know that young man who slapped my son was taxing and bullying children in his school.
Okay, hold on. Step by step, we're going through the process. So the young boy who slapped your son in the school bathroom is accustomed to bullying children.
That is what I understand, Mr. Ali.
Okay, continue.
Okay, so that day, no, that happened Monday. We weren't even called in when the incident happened. It happened.
So the school never contacted you all when the incident happened in school?
No, sir.
Okay, continue.
What happened is, I have an aunt, she has a son in that school too.
Okay.
And he felt sick. And he went in, and she went in to the school to see about him and saw my son sitting in the office.
Wow.
So she asked him, well, what you doing there?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Right. So he said a boy slapped him up in the toilet. She said, what? So at the same time, the teachers who were there and the deans, she went into them and she said, hello, this is my nephew. What is happening here? But at first they didn't know her, so she said, you know, and then she went in. The young man was sitting there, being abusive to the teachers and the dean. Now his father is a gangster. He will come in here and mash up all you.
Hold on. So the boy, the student who slapped up your son, was acting in a violent manner towards the teacher and the dean?
Yes.
Okay, continue.
And so his aunt started to get vexed. She said, listen, come outside if you're a man. Come outside the school gate if you're a man, and you will see.
So that is what the student is telling the teachers? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So wait. The student who slapped your son went outside the compound and demanded that the student, the teacher, and the dean to come outside?
No, sir. He was sitting inside the office at the time saying that. But my son aunt, who told him if he bad, come outside. If he was the grandfather, the boy, to slap him up.
Okay. But
so he even called his father on the phone while in the office.
So the boy who bullied your son called his father while sitting down in the office?
Yes, and say, look, it have a parent here threatening his life.
So he slapped up your son in school, but calling his father to tell his father a parent threatening his life?
Yeah, in front of the dean and the teacher. So they take away the phone from him and say, tell whoever on the other end of this, nobody threatening and come in school to collect the phone and to collect you.
And what was the next step after that?
Well, his aunt called us, and by that time the school was already calling his mother.
Wow. But what step did the teacher take?
Okay, so they tell us his glasses was damaged. To get a code for the glasses, go and get a medical and go to the police station and make a report.
So you did that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so is the student still going to school or is he suspended?
He was suspended, but we found out yesterday that he will be back out in school from Tuesday because the school had 24 hours. The school had 24 hours to lodge the report with the ministry, which they didn't do. So the boy will be back out Tuesday, and I went to the ministry. I called the ministry and they said that is okay. They could put back in. They could put back in the report again.
Okay.
Don't mind 24 hours pass, they could put back in the record. So my son now is fearful for his life now. Because when he had his boys coming back out to school Tuesday, right? You know, he frightened. I said, you don't need to be frightened.
He will be scared to go back in school. So you're trying to tell me here now that the school did not lodge a complaint with the ministry?
No, they didn't do it on time, sir.
They did it after?
Well, by the time they did it, the time had passed. But what I hear from the ministry is that they just have to relodge it. Because apparently this is about his 7th complaint with this child doing wrong things in school. I don't know how come he's still there with drugs and other things.
He's supposed to be expelled from school. As long as there's a bully in school and you're doing one thing repeatedly, they're supposed to expel you. My friend,
yes.
So what is the next step now that you are going to do with your child attending to that school, seeing that this bully is coming back in school?
Well, I'll be making regular visits. I might be even packed up there most of the day. I have some time on my hand. I'm also trying to get in contact with the supervisor for that area. And she's not in office. Twice I try to get her, she's not in office.
What is the supervisor name?
I think it's Miss Ramuta or something like that, sir.
And what area this happened?
La Romaine High School.
La Romaine High School.
Yes, sir.
I will try and get in touch with the counselor of that area and
Yes,
see
sir.
what they can do.
Okay, sir. Okay. You know, I'm just asking on your program, sir, is that these parents to take a handle on their children, you know.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
you know, the school is trying, sir. The school is trying, you know. And, you know, with things like these, I mean, you know, 7 times they say that this boy get pulled in. I mean, this is unacceptable, sir.
Now, but the principal, if this is the 7th time and this incident happened, the principal is lacking discipline to students, which means the principal should be moved from that school also.
Well, sir,
No, I'm telling
have
you,
to agree with you there.
if this is the 7th incident in the school, which means you are the 7th parent, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parents to complain, and the principal, neither the dean, is taking steps to fix the damn problem. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
My friend, thank you so much for calling in the program. Before you hang up, just give the operator your number, so I will have it to get in touch with you.
Okay, sir.
So you hear what's going on in La Romaine High School now? 7 times these students. 7 times he bullied somebody. And what did the principal do? What did the dean do? They failed to report the matter to the Ministry of Education. So your child could go into the school, be bullied, and that is okay with the teacher, that is okay with the dean, that is okay with the principal. That's how the school thing going now. Let me tell you something. A bully like that should interfere with a teacher child. Who vex laws? They should interfere with a principal child. And then the principal will understand the type of steps he had to take. Remember this social media, the girl who was abusive to the teacher, cussing and all kind of thing. I remember that social media video. The child was expelled. The principal teachers that make joke, get out of our bloody school, we don't want that. We are here to teach children. We are not here to bully them. We are not here to create violence to them. We are not here to create an individual like that. So the principal of the La Romaine High School, I'm going to tell you something. You better buck up yourself, because I will show this guy steps through my lawyer to remove you from the damn school. Let me tell you something, Gatsby Dolly can't play. She turn in she face, and she ring in she ears, and she close in she ears. No, I will stink up that on national television. Let me tell you something, the worst thing to get is a stink up on Real Talk. You know what I tell you, it will hurt you? Because we are the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. The #1. And to get a stink up here, which means they're getting it right through. Everybody gonna be talking about it. You mean a bullying take place? A child was slapped up in school, and the dean or the principal didn't found it fit to make a report to the Ministry of Education? It's stinking sad. Somebody should bully your lecturer in our next school and see how well they're going to like it. Well, they're going to like the hell out of that. So, Mr. Principal, here's what's going on now. Do the correct thing now. Do the correct thing. Because I wouldn't like to hear your son or your daughter get bullied and beat up and bust nose and bust head and mash up face and thing in school. I wouldn't like to hear that, seriously speaking. Because you're going to want to expel students now. So if that is what you plan on doing, it better you start it from here now. Start it from now. You know how devastated our father or the parents and this guy, he brothers and sisters probably feeling now? Sad. It's sad. I don't care. I'm going to tell you something trying to tell you. I don't care if your parents is in the police force, you know. I don't care if your parents is the biggest drugs man in Trinidad, you know. I don't care if your parents is hitman and hitwoman, you know. Train your damn son or your daughter. Because I will tell you something. I will tell you something on national television. If somebody bully your child, You being the drug dealer, and you being the police, and you being the hitman or the hitman. You know, all I go want to come down on everybody. But all I want now, the manager stinks, son, for bullying in school. But you want to go after somebody else if they come after your son. Do so I like so. Do so I like so. Let me tell you something. When I brought out Real Talk on television 5 years back, I brought out with the Real Talk with the intention of educating the people, teaching them the correct thing. And by doing that, and by doing charity, they made an attempt to kidnap my son. Let me tell you something. 3 of them blind and police shoot one. You feel it bother me? No, my son didn't do you nothing. My son did not do you anything. He didn't. So me being his father took full responsibility. 3 blind, 1 dead. Only shoot 1 and spread work. 3 of them blind. What about the principal failed to make a report? You failed to make a report. That should have been your son or your daughter. Take what I'm telling you. That should have been your son or your daughter. Let me see what you'd do. Man, you'd reach up in the ministry same evening. But do so and like so. Do so and like so, Mr. Principal, Mr. Dean. Get all the damn act together. It's a stinking shame. So, we deal with that. Hopefully by next week, we should hear some more concerning that matter. So we're going now to Saddam Hussein and his contribution concerning Fitzgerald Hines with the polygraphic testing and the drug testing. Listen to this.
And I listened to the Minister of National Security pilot this bill. And ideally, Madam Speaker, you really said nothing new, because I had cause to go back to the Hansard of last year, February, where this bill was also piloted, and it was almost a repeat of that entire Hansard contribution. He basically repeated his Hansard contribution from last year. And you would hear, Madam Speaker, that boastfully comes to this House with new measures for us to support. Madam Speaker, this bill was in the 2nd session. This bill was in the 3rd session and it wasn't completed. This bill is in the 4th session and we don't know if it will be completed again. Because the government has a habit of starting the debate on this bill when the session starts and they do nothing, the bill is saved for the next session and carried over.
Hussein added that an international expert might not be subjected to polygraph testing, drug testing, and also the collection of biometric information.
If we are going to be breaching such important constitutional rights, should we import the definition or refer specifically to the prison officer definition at clause, this particular clause C here, Madam Speaker? And then the strange definition is this thing of the expert and the consultant. It now means that a person who is not part of the public service, it means that this is a person who is hired on maybe a short-term contract for a particular project, a person who is hired to maybe an international expert, will now be subject to polygraph testing, drug testing, and also the collection of biometric information. And that now we have to examine closely with respect to the minister, maybe in the winding up, can give us the rationale for including this group of persons with respect to the experts, consultants, and the employees of those experts and or consultants.
So viewers, while the parent calling just want to highlight the issue, hear the story here. Education Minister Dr. Nian Gasby-Dolly have stated that the Ministry of Education is dealing with reports of school violence and students being caught using drugs at school on a case-by-case basis, and according to the discipline matrix, that guides the treatment of such behavior. Now, she said there is a discipline matrix that guides the Ministry of Education treatment with infractions. These matters are dealt with on a case-by-case basis, depending on the gravity of the action and the disciplinary history of the student. Gasby Dolly, you're talking nonsense. If somebody slap your daughter in school, what are you going to do? If somebody slap your son in school, what are you going to do? If somebody kick up and bully up your child in school, what you going to do? You going to talk about matrix? You going to talk about discipline matrix? Let me tell you something. If you is a student in school and you slap up an ex-child or you beat up an ex-child, let me tell you something. You know exactly what you are doing. Exactly what you are doing. So by all means now, TTPS municipal police should get in. They should get in. Let me tell you something. You know about cuffing and slapping and bullying? Well, then you should know what a night in the cell will feel like. Take what I'm telling all you. Take what? Unless this ain't take place, students and bullying will not fix in school. School is a place to learn. School is a place to educate yourself. School is a place to become somebody in life. But when you start bullying at an early age, you don't reach far. You don't reach far. Trust me, you don't reach far. So Gasby Dolly, you need to get your act together. You need to get your act together. Because I will tell you something, I will tell you something. Let's just say, you see that boy who got slapped up? Let's just say his father was a disobedient man who sacrificing 17, 18 hours a day to send his child to school. What about if this father passed now and see this child in school now and decide to deal with that child for hitting my son? I don't care if your father is a drugs man, you know. I don't care if your father is a policeman. I don't bloody hell care if your father is a lawyer neither. Right thing is the right thing. So I want to ask now, how the parents now of the child who bullied the other one feeling now? How are you feeling? Are you feeling like pros now? Are you feeling good now that all your son embarrassed all you now? All you will be watched by the neighbors. You know what the neighbors going to start saying now? All your children ain't coming wrong my children because we go have a fallout. Take what I'm telling all you. Take what I'm telling all you. If all your son is bullies in school, keep your son away from my son or my daughter because we go fall out. And that's enemy riding. So viewers, we're out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, there's a reason why God inspired me to name this show Real Talk. Because again, raw facts, do so ain't like so. And I just tell people, when you're coming at me, come damn good, you know. Come damn good when you come in. Because my light, it is working, don't fail. You want the Raquel? Hey, flash Raquel vehicle before we go now. Raquel thought I couldn't get it. Raquel thought she in the army and said, you can't come after she. I said, Raquel, if I light my light, I'm picking up your vehicle. Trinidad and Tobago so said, so done. I light my light and I pick up your vehicle. Look at it. So until we meet again, viewers, be safe and good night.